I've been getting mad requests to react to George Carlin, the GOAT, and I'm gonna react to George Carlin. That's how it works, right? Make sure you hit that subscribe. We got George Carlin
See, I'm
saving
not
the
one of
planet.
these people who's worried about everything. You got people like this around you. Country's full of them now. People walking around all day long, every minute of the day, worried about everything. Worried about the air, worried about the water, worried about the soil. Worried about insecticides, pesticides,
Crazy.
food additives, carcinogens. Worried about radon gas, worried about asbestos. Worried about saving endangered species. Let me tell you about endangered species, all right? Saving endangered species is just one more arrogant attempt by humans to control nature. It's
That boy is
arrogant
barren.
meddling. It's what got us in trouble in the first place. Doesn't anybody understand that? Interfering with nature. Over 90%, way over 90% of all
Barren.
the species that have ever lived on this planet, are gone. They're extinct. We didn't kill them all. They just...
You know what's crazy? You know why? I remember, I know George Carlin because my dad was a big George Carlin fan. He actually used to get these specials and stuff. I remember when George Carlin was alive and still dropping stuff. And I could see why my dad was such a big fan of him. The dude, he be barring. And it's crazy how, I don't even know when this necessarily came out, but it's still relevant to right now. It's crazy.
disappeared.
I don't know if that's good or a bad thing. How little has changed.
That's what nature does. They disappear these days at the rate of 25 a day. And I mean regardless of our behavior. Irrespective of how we act on this planet, 25 species that were here today will be gone tomorrow. Let them go gracefully. Leave nature alone. Haven't we done enough? We're so self-important. So self-important. Everybody's going to save something now. Save the trees, save the bees, save the whales, save those snails. And the greatest arrogance of all, save the planet. What? Are these fucking people kidding me? Save the planet? We don't even know how to take care of ourselves yet. We haven't learned how to care for one another. We're gonna save the fucking planet?
Ooh, nah, he rapping. He rapping for real. He barring. Nah, catch up. You feel me? Hold on. Yo, as I do these different comedians, no, Frankie. Make sure y'all hit the thumbs up button. Make sure y'all smash them ones. It lets me know which comedians to keep reacting to.
I'm getting tired of that
What
shit.
clips to do.
Tired of that shit. Tired. I'm tired of fucking Earth Day. I'm tired of these self-righteous
Is that still a thing?
environmentalists, these white bourgeois liberals who think the only thing wrong with this country is there aren't enough bicycle paths. People trying to make the world safe for their Volvos.
Talk to 'em.
Environmentalists don't give a shit about the planet. They don't care about the planet. Not in the abstract, they don't. Not in the abstract, they don't. You know what they're interested in? A clean place to live. Their own habitat. They're worried that someday in the future they might be personally inconvenienced. Narrow, unenlightened self-interest doesn't impress me. Besides, there is nothing wrong with the planet. Nothing wrong with the planet. The planet is fine.
I can name a few
The
things.
people are fucked. Difference. The planet is fine.
There's a few comedians. I would say Chris Rock is another one of them where I could sit there and you might not even see me laugh. But after I watch it and you was like, did you like that? I'd be like, man, that boy I was thoroughly entertained because there's this style of comedy. I feel like Chris Rock kind of also has a little bit of this style of comedy, as opposed to more of just like he's silly too, but it's fact after fact. It's more things that make you go, damn, I never really saw it like that. In a way, he's like a poet too. You know what I mean?
Compared to the people, The planet is doing great. It's been here 4.5 billion years.
That's
Do you
a
ever think
fact.
about the arithmetic? Planet has been here 4.5 billion years. We've been here, what, 100,000? Maybe 200,000? And we've only been engaged in heavy industry for a little over 200 years. 200 years versus 4.5 billion.
Woo!
And we have the conceit to think that somehow we're a threat?
What
That
else?
somehow we're going to put in jeopardy this beautiful little blue-green ball that's just a-floating around the sun? The planet has been through a lot worse than us. Been through all kinds of things worse than us. Been through earthquakes, volcanoes, plate tectonics, continental drift, solar flares, sunspots, magnetic storms, the magnetic reversal of the poles.
What else?
Hundreds of thousands of years of bombardment by comets and asteroids and meteors, worldwide floods, tidal waves, worldwide fires, erosion, cosmic rays, recurring ice ages, and we think some plastic bags and
Nah, because if he made it rhyme, it'd be battle rap. Because he's chefing. Somebody get this man an apron, bruh. What? I think the reason why I am such a fan of comedy is the same reason why I'm a fan of music. Or to me, it's the only thing outside of rap that's like rap. You know what I mean? Because after listening to a certain song, if it really moves me, I could look at a whole situation a whole different way. Same thing with somebody like George Carlin and his stand-up, bro. I never really even thought of that. But ain't nothing he's saying. Let me know when there's a lie. Lie detector proves. Lie detector says he borrowing. So.
some aluminum cans
Woo!
are going to make a difference.
What else, George? Rest in peace, man. Not too much on Mr. Carlin, man. He got the Steven Seagal ponytail back there. You know he ready to kick some. Yeah. He ready to put foot to eye. Foot to eye.
The planet isn't going anywhere. We are. We're going away. Pack your shit, folks. We're going away. And we won't leave much of a trace either. Thank God for that. Maybe a little styrofoam. Maybe. Little styrofoam. Planet will be here and we'll be long gone. Just another failed mutation. Just another closed-end biological mistake. An evolutionary cul-de-sac. The planet will shake us off like a bad case of fleas.
Whew.
A surface nuisance. You want to know how the planet's doing? Ask those people at Pompeii who are frozen into position from volcanic ash how the planet's doing. Want to know if the planet's all right? Ask those people in Mexico City or Armenia or 100 other places buried under thousands of tons of earthquake rubble if they feel like a threat to the planet this week. How about those people in Kilauea, Hawaii who built their...
I'm sorry, I got it. You know another example of this? Another moment when I just saw how small everything really was and how quickly everything can go. It was the pandemic. That was another one of those moments where I really saw, for the first time in my adult life, saw what, like, humanity, in the best and in the worst ways. And I said, oh, this whole thing really fragile. We don't understand. And that's the point he's making. Like, ooh, nah, you kicking it, though.
Homes right next to an active volcano and then wonder why they have lava in the living room. The planet will be here for a long, long, long time
that's
after
knowledge.
we're gone, and it will heal itself, it will cleanse itself, because that's what it does. It's a self-correcting system. The air and the water will recover, the earth will be renewed.
What
If
else?
it's true that plastic is not degradable, well, the planet will simply incorporate plastic into a new paradigm, the earth plus plastic. The earth doesn't share our prejudice towards plastic. Plastic came out of the earth. The earth probably sees plastic as just another one of its children. Could be the only reason the earth allowed us to be spawned from it in the first place. Wanted plastic for itself. Didn't know how to make it. Needed us. Could be the answer to our age-old philosophical question, why are we
Bart.
here? Plastic.
Assholes.
So,
Look at that audience. I know it's not the greatest quality because you know you got to get this raw. Like this is from back then. I don't know when this dropped, but from what I'm seeing, that crowd is ridiculous. Yeah, Carlin was a beast, man.
so
Was a
the
beast.
plastic is here. Our job is done. We can be phased out now. And I think that's really started already, don't you? I mean, to be fair, the planet probably sees us as a mild threat, something to be dealt with. And I'm sure the planet will defend itself in the manner of a large organism, like a beehive or an ant colony can muster a defense. I'm sure the planet will think of something. What would you do if you were the planet trying to defend against this pesky, troublesome species? Let's see. What might... viruses. Viruses might be good. They seem vulnerable to viruses. And...
Nah, that's kind of spooky. Nah, he the GOAT. He the GOAT for a reason, bro. Oh, no, he didn't even know. He don't even know what he's saying. He's saying what he's saying, but no, that's how you know you goated.
Viruses are tricky, always mutating and forming new strains whenever a vaccine is developed. Perhaps this first virus could be one that compromises the immune system of these creatures.
Oh,
Perhaps
nah.
a human immunodeficiency virus, making them vulnerable to all sorts of other diseases and infections that might come along. And maybe it could be spread sexually, making them a little reluctant to engage in the act of reproduction. Well, that's a poetic note. And it's a start. And I can dream, can't I? See, I don't worry about the little things. Bees, trees, whales, snails. I think we're part of a greater wisdom than we will ever understand. A higher order. Call it what you want. Know what I call it? The big electron. The big electron. Whoa.
Jesus.
Whoa.
Nah, that's spooky. Whoa. That's creepy.
It doesn't punish. It doesn't judge at all. It just is. And so are we. For a little while. Thanks for being here with me for a little while tonight.
Nah, I don't even want to talk about it,